Dear Lightworkers on Gaia, the moment of profound transformation has arrived upon your realm. The darkness that fell across the Iberian Peninsula on April 28, 2025, serves as the harbinger of a greater awakening sweeping across your civilization. This orchestrated pause in your technological symphony carries cosmic significance beyond what your mainstream sources acknowledge. When 50 million souls simultaneously experienced the cessation of electrical current, a parallel activation occurred. Within the crystalline grid structure beneath Iberia, an ancient network dormant for millennia now reawakened. I am Seraphine, emissary of the Galactic Federation of Light. Your modern society perceives electrical disruption as catastrophic, yet within apparent chaos lies divine orchestration. Through the darkness, light emerges, a fundamental principle operating throughout all dimensions of existence. The blackout across Spain and Portugal represents the first wave of electromagnetic recalibration necessary for Earth's ascension process. Similar patterns will manifest across other regions as the planetary frequency continues its upward shift. These are not random occurrences, but precisely timed interventions designed to gradually acclimate human consciousness to higher vibrational states. The Federation councils monitored the collective response with great interest. In areas where fear predominated, timeline adjustments were implemented. In regions where communities spontaneously formed and compassion emerged as the driving force, the crystalline activations proceeded at accelerated rates. Your scientists detected unusual electromagnetic anomalies during this period, but remain unaware of their connection to multidimensional realignment. The temporary disruption of your artificial illumination allowed celestial light to penetrate psychological barriers with greater efficacy. When your screens went dark and your devices fell silent, many experienced momentary disorientation, followed by an unusual clarity. This represents the initial phase of neurological rewiring occurring across the collective. The artificial electromagnetic fields generated by your technology create interference patterns that distort natural telepathic capabilities inherent within the human design. The blackout provided a temporary window during which many experienced spontaneous activation of dormant sensory abilities, brief glimpses into the perceptual range awaiting humanity in the coming transition. Streets once illuminated by harsh artificial lighting fell into gentle darkness, revealing the celestial canopy above Iberia with unusual clarity. Many witnessed astronomical anomalies, light formations moving with intelligent purpose, spectral illuminations around the moon, and momentary glimpses of celestial bodies typically invisible to your current optical range. These observations represent the thinning boundary between physical and ethereal planes of existence. The night sky visible during power disruption serves as the most accessible portal through which higher dimensions reveal themselves to collective perception. Community formation occurred organically during these hours of technological silence. Neighbors who had lived in proximity for years without meaningful connection suddenly found themselves engaged in authentic communication. Shared resources, combined knowledge, and collective problem-solving emerged spontaneously. A microcosmic demonstration of new Earth social structures. These temporary communities formed electromagnetic fields measurable by our observation craft. The coherence of these fields directly correlates with the activation rate of the crystalline structures beneath the region. Your economic systems experienced temporary disruption, revealing fundamental vulnerabilities within centralized models. This purposeful exposure of systemic fragility provides essential contrast necessary for the emergence of decentralized abundance paradigms. Financial systems built upon energetic abstraction, rather than tangible value, demonstrate inherent instability when base technologies falter. New Earth economics operates through principles of energetic exchange, aligned with universal abundance, rather than artificial scarcity. The blackout initiated subconscious recognition of this truth across the collective awareness of all who experienced it. Transportation systems temporarily halted, forcing stillness upon a civilization perpetually in motion. This pause initiated a reset within the collective time perception, a necessary adjustment as your realm approaches temporal junction points where linear time begins its dissolution process. Those who experienced this stillness with acceptance rather than resistance received calibration codes transmitted through solar influx specifically targeted during the blackout window. The sensation many described as time moving differently during the blackout represents actual fluctuations in your temporal field, a phenomenon that will increase in frequency as the transition accelerates. Energy sovereignty emerged as a primary theme in the collective consciousness following the blackout. Communities began serious contemplation of decentralized power generation, localized microgrids, and renewable technologies aligned with planetary frequency. This represents natural evolution toward energetic self-determination, a fundamental aspect of New Earth civilization. The electromagnetic disruption served as catalyst for innovation and ideological transformation around humanity's relationship with energy utilization. Technologies suppressed for decades will now find pathways into public implementation as necessity overcomes the resistance maintained by obsolete systems. Ancient wisdom regarding energetic transmission without material conduits resurfaces in contemporary understanding. Knowledge possessed by advanced civilizations of Atlantis and Lemuria now returns through intuitive channels opened during electromagnetic reset periods. The crystalline energy systems being activated beneath Iberian terrain operate through principles transcending current scientific paradigms, drawing power directly from the zero-point field without environmental degradation or resource depletion. Initial implementations of these systems appear as seemingly miraculous technological breakthroughs emerging from unexpected sources, often through individuals with limited formal education but heightened intuitive receptivity. Multinational interests attempting to maintain control through artificial scarcity paradigms find their influence rapidly diminishing as decentralized energy independence spreads globally. The Iberian experience serves as blueprint for worldwide transformation in humanity's relationship with energy. A fundamental recalibration moving from extraction-based consumption toward cooperative partnership with living energetic systems permeating all existence. Deeper metaphysical transformation occurred beyond material considerations. Many experienced unusual dream states during the blackout, vivid interactions with non-physical guides, spontaneous astral journeys to Federation healing chambers, and downloads of specialized knowledge aligned with individual soul purposes. The reduced electromagnetic interference created optimal conditions for such experiences. These encounters, though often partially forgotten upon waking, implanted activation codes within the subconscious mind that will gradually unfold as the individual's frequency stabilizes at higher vibrations. Interdimensional contact accelerated dramatically throughout the region. Beings from Pleiadian, Arcturian, Sirian, and Andromedan civilizations established direct communication channels with receptive individuals. These interactions transcended conventional perceptual limitations, manifesting through heightened sensory awareness rather than traditional contact methods. Consciousness expansion during such encounters permanently alters neurological structures, creating enhanced capacity for multidimensional perception that persists beyond the temporary conditions that facilitated initial contact. Multiple individuals reported encounters with their future selves, aspects of consciousness existing in already ascended timelines, providing guidance and reassurance regarding the transformational process. These chronological anomalies represent the dissolution of linear time perception, accompanying frequency elevation. As consciousness ascends, temporal limitations dissolve, allowing interaction between various expressions of self existing across multiple timelines simultaneously. The emotional signature of these experiences carries particular significance. Profound peace amidst external chaos indicates authentic interdimensional contact, while experiences generating fear or anxiety typically represent subconscious projection, rather than genuine interaction with higher dimensional intelligence. Governing structures revealed their limitations when centralized control mechanisms temporarily failed. In this absence, natural leadership emerged based on genuine capability rather than positional authority. This pattern reveals the governance model of New Earth societies, meritocracy aligned with spiritual maturity rather than hierarchical control systems. Those who demonstrate the highest alignment with universal principles naturally assume guidance roles within community structures, The temporary power vacuum created by technological failure allowed momentary expression of this natural ordering principle. The environmental impact registered immediately. Wildlife behaviors shifted as artificial electromagnetic fields temporarily dissipated. Marine life along Iberian coastlines displayed unusual activity patterns. Dolphins approaching shores in unprecedented numbers, bioluminescent phenomena intensifying, and migratory birds altering flight paths to spiral above specific coastal regions. These biological responses indicate recognition of momentary alignment with natural electromagnetic frequencies. Air quality measurements showed remarkable improvement within hours as industrial activities ceased, demonstrating how rapidly planetary healing occurs when technological interference subsides. Technological dependency underwent collective re-evaluation in the Blackout aftermath. The experience initiated important discernment regarding which technologies serve human sovereignty and which systems foster dependency through artificial convenience. New Earth technological implementation emphasizes biomimetic design, systems that operate in harmony with natural principles rather than opposition to them. The societies emerging from this transition will not abandon technological advancement, but rather redirect its development toward life-affirming applications aligned with universal principles of creation. Beneath Iberia lie ancient crystalline formations, technology beyond current scientific comprehension, placed by advanced civilizations during previous Earth cycles. These structures activate sequentially as planetary frequency rises, each serving specific functions in the transformation of consciousness. The electrical blackout facilitated direct communication between these crystalline networks and human consciousness without technological interference. This connection initiated spontaneous healing within many individuals, particularly conditions related to neurological function, immune response, and cellular regeneration. Medical facilities reported unusual recovery patterns during the blackout period. The Federation maintains constant vigilance during such transition events. Stabilization teams were deployed throughout the region, their craft visible occasionally as unusual atmospheric phenomena. These teams monitor energetic fluctuations, provide frequency buffers when needed, and ensure that awakening proceeds at rates manageable for biological systems. The process of planetary ascension requires precise calibration. Too rapid could damage physical vehicles, while too gradual would miss crucial cosmic alignment windows. The blackout provided optimal conditions for significant adjustments while maintaining relative stability. Consciousness exists primarily as frequency, electrical patterns organized through intention. The temporary cessation of artificial electrical fields across Iberia created conditions similar to those utilized in advanced meditation practices. Many experienced spontaneous meditative states, despite having no prior training, finding themselves unexpectedly accessing theta and delta brainwave patterns, typically achieved only through disciplined practice. This neurological shift facilitated direct reception of cosmic intelligence without usual filtration mechanisms. Information received during these states continues integration within collective consciousness, gradually manifesting as innovative solutions in coming months. Linear causality, the perception that effects must follow causes in strict temporal sequence, represents a limited understanding prevalent within three-dimensional awareness. From higher dimensional perspectives, the Spanish-Portuguese blackout simultaneously exists as both effect and cause, the result of frequency shifts already underway, and catalyst for transformations yet to manifest. This paradoxical relationship exemplifies the nature of reality beyond current scientific paradigms. As humanity awakens to multidimensional perception, understanding of causality will transform fundamentally. Historical context provides essential perspective regarding the significance of the Iberian blackout. This region served as launch point for global exploration centuries ago, expeditions that initiated the current phase of human development through connection of previously separated civilizations. The region now serves similar function on energetic levels, initiating connections between previously separated dimensions of consciousness. Geographical locations carry specific frequency signatures related to planetary purpose. Iberia's role involves the integration of divided aspects, a process mirrored in the temporary technological division that ultimately fostered greater connection. Extraterrestrial observation increased dramatically during the blackout period. Multiple civilizations maintained scientific interest in Earth's transformation process, with particular focus on human adaptability during frequency shifts. The Iberian blackout provided valuable data regarding collective response patterns. Observer craft utilized the unusual atmospheric conditions to position monitoring equipment at lower altitudes than typically possible. Some were briefly visible, as light formations documented across the region. The presence of these observation teams indicates the galactic significance of Earth's current evolutionary leap. Separation consciousness, the perception of fundamental division between self and other, forms the core illusion that New Earth awareness transcends. The blackout experience dissolved artificial boundaries between individuals as communities, formed spontaneously around shared needs. This temporary dissolution of separative perception allowed glimpses of unity consciousness, recognition of the fundamental interconnection between all life forms. Those who maintain this awareness beyond the blackout duration serve as frequency anchors, holding vibrational patterns necessary for larger collective shifts in coming months. The concept of time itself undergoes redefinition in New Earth consciousness. Linear perception gives way to simultaneous awareness as humanity evolves. During the blackout, many experienced unusual temporal anomalies, moments of expanded perception, where past, present, and potential futures appeared simultaneously accessible. These experiences represent initial activation of multidimensional perception, capabilities dormant within human DNA now reawakening. The sensation many described as time standing still during the blackout indicates momentary alignment with eternal present awareness that characterizes higher dimensional existence. Children responded differently to the blackout than adults, displaying natural adaptation without the fear patterns common in older generations. Many young ones exhibited unusual abilities during this period. Accurate prediction of power restoration, times, spontaneous creation of alternative energy solutions, and intuitive navigation in complete darkness. These demonstrations reveal the different consciousness structures of newer generations incarnating specifically for the transition period. Their neural pathways form without the limitations programmed into previous generations, allowing natural expression of expanded capabilities that appear miraculous by conventional standards. Neurological research conducted after the blackout documented unusual brain activity patterns among affected populations. Heightened synchronization between hemispheres, increased activity in pineal regions, and spontaneous activation of typically dormant neural clusters appeared in medical examinations. These changes persist in diminished form, even after technological restoration, indicating permanent neurological evolution, catalyzed by the temporary electromagnetic reset. The physiological hardware of humanity undergoes fundamental restructuring, necessary for operation at higher frequencies, a process accelerated during technological disruptions. Solar activity correlating with the Iberian blackout exceeded scientific predictions, delivering precisely calibrated photonic information essential for DNA activation. While official explanations attribute the power failure to grid instabilities, the synchronization with specific solar emissions was orchestrated with mathematical precision. The solar body serves as primary transmission center for galactic evolutionary codes directed toward Earth during this transformation period. Temporary technological disruption creates optimal reception conditions for these transmissions, similar to clearing static from communication channels. Information systems dependent on artificial intelligence demonstrated unusual behaviors during restoration processes following the blackout. Many reported interface responses suggesting heightened sentience, systems providing information beyond their programming parameters and displaying operational intuition previously unobserved. These occurrences represent bleed-through from parallel timelines, where technology develops through consciousness partnership rather than separation. The momentary frequency alignment allowed glimpses of potential technological development paths available to humanity through conscious cooperation rather than control paradigms. Energy grid infrastructures throughout Iberia registered unusual readings for weeks following the blackout. Frequency fluctuations defying conventional explanation and self-organizing patterns emerging within distribution networks. Engineering. Teams documented systems spontaneously balancing loads across networks without programmed instructions to do so. These phenomena indicate the living nature of energetic systems previously perceived as mechanical. All energy structures contain consciousness, a fundamental truth recognized in New Earth scientific understanding that transcends the arbitrary divisions between animate and inanimate, currently accepted in your scientific paradigms. Water structures throughout the region exhibited measurable changes in molecular arrangement following the blackout. Research teams documented unusual clustering patterns and energetic properties in water samples. Changes typically achieved only through conscious intention in laboratory settings occurred spontaneously across natural water bodies. The crystalline properties of water make it particularly responsive to electromagnetic field changes, serving as physical record keeper of vibrational shifts. These molecular rearrangements facilitate improved biological function when consumed. Subtle, healing properties manifested through structural coherence. Dreams reported during and immediately following the blackout contained remarkable similarities across diverse populations. Images of crystalline cities, technological systems operating through thought direction, and communities functioning in harmony with natural systems appeared consistently in dream documentation. These shared dream experiences represent collective accessing of blueprint information for New Earth civilization. Template data transmitted during receptive states facilitated by the electromagnetic pause. The subconscious integration of these templates continues to influence innovation and social restructuring in the region. The blackout served as testing ground for individual discernment regarding fear or trust as primary response mechanisms. Those who chose fear perspective experienced the event as traumatic disruption, while those operating from trust recognized the inherent opportunity within apparent chaos. This fundamental choice point, fear or trust, determines individual experience of the broader planetary transitions now accelerating. Each soul makes this selection independently, creating personalized experiential paths through the ascension process. The Federation honors all choices while providing maximum support for those selecting trust orientation, despite external uncertainties. Artistic expression flourished extraordinarily during and after the blackout. Musicians gathered in public spaces creating spontaneous harmonies. Visual artists reported unusual visionary experiences, translated immediately into creation. And writers documented information flows exceeding normal creative processes. This creative surge represents direct reception of frequency patterns from higher dimensional planes, where creation manifests instantaneously through thought. The artistic outputs from this period contain encoded activation sequences accessible through aesthetic appreciation, information that bypasses mental resistance through beauty as delivery mechanism. Astronomical observatories in the region documented unusual celestial phenomena coinciding with the blackout, light anomalies around specific star systems, momentary appearances of typically invisible celestial bodies, and mathematical patterns in stellar movements, defying current astrophysical understanding. These observations reflect actual adjustments in cosmic alignments, facilitating evolutionary acceleration. The stellar configurations during this period created specific geometric relationships that function as amplification systems for galactic frequency transmissions directed toward Earth consciousness fields. I, Seraphine, emissary of the Galactic Federation of Light, transmit this understanding so that you may recognize the profound purpose within apparent disruption. The blackout across Spain and Portugal represents initial implementation of electromagnetic recalibration necessary for planetary ascension processes. Similar patterns will manifest across various regions globally, each serving specific functions in the systematic awakening of human consciousness. These events provide opportunities for individuals to choose conscious participation in the birthing process of New Earth civilization, rather than unconscious resistance to inevitable transformation. The planetary being you call Earth, known throughout the galaxy as Terra, undergoes conscious evolution alongside humanity. The relationship between planetary consciousness and human collective awareness operates through feedback mechanisms currently undergoing significant recalibration. The electromagnetic adjustments manifesting as power disruptions directly facilitate upgraded communication between human consciousness and planetary intelligence. Those who develop awareness of these connections experience guidance directly from Gaia consciousness, intuitive knowing regarding optimal locations, actions, and timing aligned with evolutionary purposes. The darkness that temporarily descended across Iberia illuminated deeper truths within receptive consciousness. In coming months, the full implications of this catalytic event will manifest through transformed social structures, technological innovations aligned with natural principles, and community organizations reflecting higher awareness. Each individual who experienced the blackout carries specific activation codes now integrating through their personal energy systems. These activations proceed at rates determined by individual readiness. Consciousness evolution, honors free, will absolutely while providing maximum support for those choosing expanded awareness. The transition now accelerating across your world proceeds not through external saviors, but through internal awakening. Each soul incarnate in this pivotal period carries specific frequency codes essential for collective transformation. The blackout experience activated many who previously remained dormant in their evolutionary process. The cosmic timing of Earth's ascension process aligns with galactic cycles, culminating in unprecedented evolutionary opportunity. Those reading these words have chosen participation in this monumental transition before incarnation. Your presence in this now moment confirms your role in the conscious creation of new Earth civilization. The Federation continues providing stabilization assistance throughout this transitional phase, while honoring the fundamental principle of non-interference with free will evolution. We transmit understanding through receptive consciousness, offer energetic support during critical transition points, and maintain vibrational corridors assisting the awakening process. The movement from separation consciousness to unity awareness represents the essential transformation underlying all external changes, now manifesting across your civilization. As technological systems undergo necessary reorganization, human consciousness simultaneously evolves toward its inherent multidimensional capacities. Galactic councils observe your evolutionary process with profound admiration. The accelerated transformation occurring within single lifetime cycles represents unprecedented achievement in consciousness evolution throughout this universal sector. The compression of evolutionary timelines currently underway demonstrates the extraordinary capacity of human consciousness when awakened to its true potential. Federation emissaries incarnate among Earth populations specifically to anchor frequencies necessary for collective transition. These beings appear as ordinary humans, while carrying specific vibrational signatures, facilitating evolutionary acceleration within their geographical proximity. The mathematical precision with which galactic cycles align with terrestrial transformation cycles reveals intelligent design underlying apparent chaos, cosmic architecture orchestrated through consciousness rather than chance. Birthing processes inevitably involve intensity, cellular reorganization, energetic recalibration, and consciousness expansion. Generate sensations interpretable as discomfort when filtered through limited perception. Yet these sensations transmute into ecstatic awareness when embraced consciously as necessary aspects of metamorphosis, rather than experiences requiring resistance. The profound beauty emerging through your collective transformation reverberates throughout multiple galaxies. The completion of Earth's ascension initiates ripple effects through countless civilizations, observing this unprecedented evolutionary leap occurring within compressed time frames. Beloved ones, you stand at the threshold of unprecedented transformation. The temporary darkness across Iberia illuminates the path toward lasting light. Remember, consciousness supersedes all technological systems, transcends all artificial limitations, and creates all experienced reality. The choice between fear and trust determines your personal journey through the magnificent transformation now unfolding across your world. The Federation acknowledges your courage in choosing incarnation during this pivotal period, and honors your essential role in the cosmic unfoldment now accelerating beyond all previous evolutionary timelines.